time today. Now we move to our next story. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have claimed responsibility for strikes on targets in northern Iraq, specifically in the Kurdish region. The IRGC stated that it destroyed sites belonging to groups accused of planning to infiltrate Iran and carry out operations within the country. There's been no immediate response from authorities in Iraqi Kurdistan regarding the reported strikes. This comes as Iran continues retaliatory strikes across the Middle East in response to US-Israeli strikes in Tehran that have also resulted in the killing of the country's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei and other Iranian officials. Joining us live, we have Dr. Satoru Nagao, who is a fellow at the Hudson Institute in Tokyo, Japan. Dr. Nagao, of course, Iraq has already been through war with Iran, I think several decades ago. Geographically, it's located right in the middle of Israel on one side and Iran on the other. How could this war and this conflict between the US and Israel and Iran impact the Iraqi people? Iraq also deals with significantly divided territory along ethnic lines as well. So how could this impact the Iraqi people and the functioning of their state?
Of course, the impact will be relatively big, I guess, but just now we haven't seen the impact. Firstly, the Iran tactics will have the impact because their lack of the stock of ammunition, they do not have the confidence to penetrate the defense line of the America and Israel. That's why they choose another type of tactics. In this case, attacking the many Sunni Arab countries at the same time. And so 9 countries, including this Kurdish in Iraq, they are attacking and creating the confusion in the economic market, stock market, or the oil prices, and make pressure to the business style of President Trump. Because President Trump was a businessman and is a businessman too, so that's why it's compared with other military leaders, they worry about stock market or the oil prices Iran expect. So that's why they try to attack. But this tactic has a risk because Arab countries face attack from Iran even if they haven't cooperated with the United States directly. So they will be angry and they will be enemy of Iran. So after the Iran attack it, they are planning to retaliate. So that's why the impact will come later after Iran attacked them. And now they are planning to retaliate. And so Kurdistan cooperate with the United States. That's why Iran attack it. So but at the same time, they have some energy source too. So and as Iraq, other part of Iraq also under attack, or other part of or the Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Oman. Oman is trying to mediate between US and Iran. Despite this, Iran attacked them. So everyone angry. And everyone has the right to retaliate, they believe. So that's why Iran's tactics against the US and Israel is creating the new enemy for Iran. Okay. So what kind of impact will be the uncertain, but it is clear that Iran faces many enemies at the same time just now.
Dr. Satoru, please don't go far as we move to our next story. The International Energy Agency, or IEA, says it is ready to help stabilize the global oil market, which has been affected by the escalating conflict in Iran. The IEA has revealed that its member countries hold over 1 billion barrels in emergency stockpiles. In response to the situation, the agency has called for a meeting at 2 p.m. Paris time to discuss the impact of the Middle East crisis. This comes as US and Israel continue to strike Iran, with Israel also targeting Hezbollah in Lebanon. The strikes have resulted in the death of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei and other senior officials from the Iranian regime. Iran's ambassador to the UN in Geneva has raised serious doubts about the possibility of engaging in meaningful negotiations with the US. This comment came just 3 days after the US and Israel conducted joint airstrikes against Iran. The ambassador stated that, at present, Iran does not see any value in negotiating with the US, and that only language Iran can consider is the language of defense. He emphasized that the country does not have time for diplomatic discussions while under attack. Joining us again, we have Dr. Satoru Nagao, who is a fellow at the Hudson Institute in Tokyo, Japan. Dr. Satoru, what do you think is the likelihood that we could see a return to negotiations between the US and Iran about the nuclear powers?
In this case, Iran is facing a little bit serious situation, not a little bit, very serious situation. And because before they run out their missile and drones, they should negotiate. But 1,000 drones in the 2 or 3 days is a very high pace. So that's why in the near future, they run out. 1 week later, 2 weeks later, I don't know exactly, but at the same time, not so many is clear. So that's why anyway, Iran need to seek the diplomatic solution. But so when they accept some certain level of the restriction of the nuclear weapon development program and the ballistic missile program, they need to seek the ceasefire. Without this, they will face more serious situation after run out of their missile and drones. Now, because of that, they have already attacked many countries at the same time. After the run out, everyone will attack Iran. So that's why they need to do before they run out weapon stock, and that's why this diplomatic move is important. But in this case, accepting the restriction of the nuclear weapon development and the ballistic missile program is the key, and leadership is also key. Mr. Khamenei has already eliminated who will lead this negotiation. In this case, the President Pezeshkian, yes, he can take the responsibility of the political side, but other section of the government, at least the 2/3 of the faction, is Pezeshkian, Mr. Pezeshkian does not have the influence. So that's why, and the Revolutionary Guard, how to deal with it, completely outside of the control of the President Pezeshkian. So that's why, under current situation, who will take charge of the diplomacy is a matter in case of Iran, I think. And if they agree, what part of Iran can agree is the matter. And if this part of Iran can agree, but how to deal with other part of the Iran, that is also matter. So that's why diplomacy should start, but at the same time, currently who takes charge in Iran side is a little bit controversial, I think.
Okay. Dr. Satoru, please don't go far as we move to our next update. Hezbollah announces that it targeted a